everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of A Day in the Life of a Virtual Latino. My name is Liz. I'm a customer success agent here in Virtual Latinos, and today I do have the pleasure to be talking to Diana. She's an admin assistant for an eco
Hi.
packaging company, and so today we're gonna get to know her a little bit better. So, Diana, I know you love traveling, so you're from Colombia, and also that you describe your country as a paradise. Can you tell me why do you describe Colombia as a paradise? I'm so interested in knowing.
Of course, Colombia has very different places that you can go. So you can go to a beach and in less than 24 hours be in the top of a snowy mountain. It's incredible the things that you can do here in Colombia, the places that you can see. You can be, for example, in a really hot space and then in half an hour be in a really cold one. So you can have everything in Colombia. You can see everything in Colombia. You can go wherever you want. It's pretty amazing. And we have a lot of tourism here, and everyone that comes, they say it's beautiful. So there's more than evidence to show that Colombia is definitely a great country, a really beautiful country.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. So, Diana, can you tell me if you have like any hobby? Like, do you play any sports? What do you like doing maybe in your free time?
Sure. What I enjoy the most, and I have to be totally honest with you guys, I love traveling. That is when Virtual Latinos comes perfect for me. So that is what I love the most. My family lives in different cities in Colombia, so I can spend 1 week with one family, next week with the other. That is what I really like. Since I was in the university, I was known as the girl with the bag. Like I'm always with a bag. So that is what I really enjoy. And regarding sports, I love skating. Like skating is something that I really enjoy. I get my skates and I just go to different places. Here in Colombia, it's really normal to have groups in different cities that just gather together to go when you can meet new people over there. It's really cool actually, and we just go down the street, the roads or something. So but it's
Great.
really nice.
Thank you so much for sharing. So here in the DR, it's not like that famous, but we have a lot of like baseball player, volleyball player, and this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing with me and the audience as well. But just going a little bit more to the topic, I would like to know how is a day in the life of Diana as an admin assistant? How your day looks like?
Of course. Well, the good thing, and I think that a lot of virtual Latinas agents we also have, is that you can have the opportunity to have a full-time job or a part-time job. In my case, I have a part-time. So I divided my time. In the morning, I work with my company, and in the afternoon, I do other things. And these other things is I have time to study. Right now, I'm studying to become an interface designer that is going to be a UX UI designer for different interfaces in websites or in phones. So that is something that I'm really grateful for, that I actually have the time to give to my studies, and I have the time to give to my family. I always have dinner with my family. I have lunch with my family. And that is something that for me is really important. At night, what I try to do is that after I have dinner, I go skate a little bit and maybe go out with some friends and just go back to the same routine. But I had the opportunity before, or I have had this kind of jobs that they're just 9 to 5. Here in Colombia is 8 to 6 because we had 48 hours a week to work.
Wow.
Right now I work 40 and is amazing because I only do part-time and I really have time to do the other things that I enjoy and that I love.
Great. So then would you say that you have found like a day life balance? Do you feel
Of
great the way?
course. Of course, what I do is that I go in, I do my job, I stop at 12 And then after is the time that I can spend if I have to go to the bank. If like that is actually difficult with other kind of jobs. Like you have to ask for permission. If I have a doctor's appointment, and even if I have any doctor's appointment with and I need to go in the morning, I can definitely speak with the company and tell them, hey, can I go? Like it's totally flexible in that sense. So I think that that space that a person is given to the company is also being retributed, and you feel that if you need that time, if you need that space, the company is also going to give you that space also.
Great, and I agree with you, like having that flexibility and not needing to ask for permission every time you need to do something. It's something that I like, is one of the perks that I also enjoy the most from working remotely. So I would like to ask you also, what is that number one thing that you do to avoid distractions? Because as you know, when working from home, you have your phone, you have, let's say, your mother, your husband, like people around the house. What do you do to avoid getting like distracted?
Well, I'm actually a really easily distracted person. So when I started, it was really difficult for me. But then I started, like, of course, we love internet. So I started reading some blogs and I started doing one thing. The first thing is that I put a timer on the apps on my phone. So, for example, Instagram, it was 30 minutes per day. WhatsApp, it was 30 minutes per day. So I started, for example, in the afternoon, and then I stopped. Okay, no, I need to do, and I need actually to do other stuff. That really helped, but I realized that even if I was working, I could go ahead and log in. So I did another thing that is called a Pomodoro clock. So
Oh,
I set up my Pomodoro is going to be 25 minutes full focus plus 5 minutes of rest. So in that rest time, what I do is that I stand up, I look outside because your eyes also, yeah, they tend to get really um, like really heavy. You start to feel that you're always focusing on something, so you need to exercise them up a little bit also.
yeah.
And then I start again. So it gives me exactly the time for the Pomodoro with the rest that I have with my shift or with my schedule. And then I like all the time I'm really focusing on what I'm doing.
Great, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Also, I wanted to know, Diana, because I see you're so energetic person. How do you stay
Yes.
motivated from working remotely? Because sometimes, not having like a co-worker next to you that you can maybe tell a joke or, ask how was your day or anything like that could be kind of boring or. So how do you make yourself to stay like positive and motivated from working remotely?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm a little bit a introvert. I know that I I look like very extrovert, but I really like my space. So what I do is that I put my headphones on, I put my music, and I start working. Like that really helps me a lot because actually I'm in the space that I need to work. So yeah, if and actually in the company, people like you get this communication. It's not something that you're just going to like they're just going to give you whatever you need to do and they leave you alone. No, you also feel that you have a team that you are working with. Also, Virtual Latinos is an amazing team all the time. They're sharing information, they're sharing tips on their Telegram. So I don't feel alone. I don't feel
Great.
alone at all. I think that we are a great community in the company. We are a great team. We're not talking to each other all the time. We're not having meetings all the time. And I think that everyone can say that that is amazing, that is actually good that we're not having these meetings, like long meetings. But you can have your space without feeling that you're just left by your own. No, you're definitely part of a team.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Also, it's good to know that the audience know that yes, we like to try to be active, sharing some different like tips and hacks to our agents and to our virtual assistants. So, what are those number three top activities that you do in a day-to-day work? Like, what are those three tasks, let's say, that you focus the most on a regular day?
With the company that I
Yeah.
work with.
Mhm.
I have a lot of Googling. I think that Googling is the most important thing that I do by day. What I do is I search for information for the company that I'm working with. And I have to feel that even if an Excel or in whatever notepad or something that I have, so I can share with the company, and meetings, of course. I share well, these meetings they don't happen that often, but if I need something, if I need any information, any feedback of what I'm doing, of what I'm sending, I definitely have a team. Another thing that I do is that every day I send a copy of my work for the day. So at the end of the day, I'm always sharing what I did in the like during the day. So that really helps them to know that I'm progressing with my work, and to let me know, for example, for example, this Google search wasn't exactly what I needed. I need this. So it really helps us to stay in communication of what we need.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Because, yeah, sometimes you do like something, let's say a task, and if you don't receive any kind of feedback, you might think it's being done the right way. But having like
Yeah.
this shares of ideas, like, maybe you can do this better or do it this way, it's just amazing. Thank you so much for that. Also, I wanted to ask you, out of a lot of platform, why did you choose Virtual Latinos to develop your career?
Well, Virtual Latinos chose me actually. I wasn't looking I wasn't looking because I was doing as an independent, like I was working as an independent, but it was just one day that pure coincidence. I saw you guys. I think it was on Instagram or on LinkedIn. I really don't remember which one, but I just saw it and I said like, "Hey, cool, let's try it out." And then I did. The process, like, it was actually a little bit long because it's a really go through process. Like Virtual Latinos is not that kind of company that just okay, you speak English, okay, come here. No, it's a thrive process. I thought that I was not like sometimes you just think that you're just not good enough. But then I just passed, and they told me like, no, you can definitely do this, and I was like, oh my god, I can. So yeah, I think that Virtual Latino just shows me. I just show up on my computer or on my phone, and actually almost, let me see, almost 1 year later, here we are.
Yeah, because it's been around 8 months, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, almost a
With the
year.
yeah, with the company, but when I just like file all the information for Virtual Latinas, it was in December last year, so almost a year.
Great. And to those virtual or future virtual assistant that are watching right now, that they may think they are not good enough, what is that piece of advice that you could provide to them?
You are definitely. I remember that I had this friend that she just went into Virtual Latinas and she was like, "Oh my god, I have no idea how to do that." What I did is that I said virtually with her, you know. Yeah, like right now, like, what we do is that we do this, and we try to go from all the information that she needed. And actually, she had a success agent that she was super supportive every step in the way that she gave all the information that she needed. And it was amazing because after I think it was only 1 week after being accepted, she started working. It was like something like that. I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks or something, but it was like super fast. And I was like, wow. She had, of course, the experience, but I know a lot of people that they might not have a lot of experience. They can have 1 year, 2 years, but they can definitely have the skills to succeed in a proposal or succeed in a job. So I remember that when I started, I had 3 or 4 interviews, and all of them they told me no. It was like the fifth or sixth interview that I had that they told me, yeah, sure, you're good to go. So just try. I know that you can do it. I know that you have the skills. It's just that you need to continue going through the information and read everything, because in Virtual Latinos, we have an incredible set of paperwork that will really get you through all the process. And if you don't get anything, success agents are always there for you. So yeah, we are a team. Like, if you have any questions, you can definitely shout them out.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Diana. Yeah, as you said, we always try like to be there to support you and help in case, there are questions or doubts, because starting a new job could be challenging, but when you have someone there to help you, it's easier. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Also, I do want to thank you
Sure.
again for taking the time to share with me your experience, your success story. It's been great talking to you. So to you guys, please, thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video for more episodes. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you, Diana.
Bye.